We're back on Backyard Jam and we're rejoining Series Blue for a very special night of freestyle here on the track. And I am joined once again by Charlie Hubbard. Charlie, a variation of the track we saw last time out, but obviously this setup is ready for freestyle.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And, it's going to be interesting seeing a different discipline from racing. We've seen some breakout stars like Caden, who got the racing win last time out, but we're going to see how he fares when he's on his lonesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about that last time out, he was dominant on the track for a second round in a row. Tough opposition here against Whiplash, but Caden, he got the job done. Looking at the rest of the field of trucks, they are all gunning now for that top spot, but Caden, with 2 event wins back-to-back, he holds the points leaderboard. We're not going to look at that right now, though. We're taking it back down to the trucks, and last month, Son of a Digger had an accident on the track. They lost the front clip. They've not repaired that damage yet for this event. Charlie, what do you think that will help them with here in freestyle?
I think, well, A, vision, of course, because now you can actually see all the way in front of you, but also B, with the repair bill, because I got to imagine there's going to be a lot of damage tonight.
Absolutely. This track is going to be exciting. The first pass will be over the bus jump and a strange little landing pad there into the bay of mini ramps. Then the second over the crush cars and a big run up to the green launching ramp. They've got to get stopped early though, otherwise they're going to find themselves at that side wall. If they get through those two, they're going to get to backflip off the brand new container backflip. The markers here marking out how many points they get as they go along, 0.5 per marker. It's pretty much what we've been doing on the channel for a long time, so without further ado, are you excited, Charlie?
I think I'm excited. I can't wait to see some crashing and some bashing.
Here is the lineup of trucks tonight. Jurassic Attack will kick things off, Blockhead in second, Metal Health in third, Whiplash in fourth, Blue Thunder in fifth, Bigfoot in sixth, Monster Mutt Rottweiler in seventh, Carolina Crusher in 8th. They will round out the first half of proceedings. Who's in prime position here?
I think Rottweiler, just because he's going early, he could set a precedent, but I know Bigfoot especially wants to set it up.
Well, as we said, Hunter Craddock is going to open the show. Jurassic Attack, they've already punched their ticket to World Finals. They're looking to double down, though, and can they do so in freestyle? Gate is open on his first run. Down the track he comes, over the big jump, lands it, gets down nice and neatly. Lines up again for the second pass here. What has Hunter Craddock got in store? Here he comes again, over the crush cars, lining up nicely, getting over to the rear side crush cars, and he will be the first truck out and the first to backflip as well. And he lands it, nice and smooth.
Looking at the run here, it's not the flashiest, but what it is it was clean. He got as many points as he possibly could, maximizing it. So I think this is exactly where he wants to be to set the precedent.
Absolutely right. You can see here, building up a nice head of steam over the crush cars, launches that truck to get as far on the track as possible. Comes up a little bit short, and then the backflip. Look at this. Round he comes.
That was especially clean. Probably one of the cleanest we may see tonight.
Yeah, that backflip ramp is just going to deteriorate as the night goes on, as we will see. Jurassic Attack, a great first run, and it's a great first score. 9.5 puts him in first position, but obviously he's the first truck out. Blockhead is going to look to replace him, though.
This one's going to be interesting. He's been doing well in racing, but I can't wait to see what he's got here on the freestyle track.
Gate is open, down he comes, up to the first jump. Little bit of a popper there on the backside of the landing. He is landing on all 4 BKTs though, so will get the second pass. Here he comes down the track, Michael Valdez over the crush cars. He goes sideways into the sidewall. That is going to be it for Blockhead.
He looked like he was in trouble here at the start. Had a good recovery here, but you can see he was not at a good angle on the nose, but keeps it collected. It's right down here on the second pass, which I'll be honest, I thought was going to be the easier one, where he gets in trouble.
Just misses the ramp entirely, gets 2 tires perhaps on there, but goes off sideways. Blockhead, it's over for them. but with some nice skills, he might get a nicer score from the judges. 6.5, it's not to be sniffed at. Devon Treat is ready to bang his head, and he wants you to join him as Metal Health hits the track for another freestyle outing. Devon has been very consistent so far. Let's see what he can do. Down he comes over the first jump. Nice, and also manages to just pop up a little bit, but gets the good distance. He's going to get a second pass on the track. What's this one got in store for us as he heads down it? Over the crush cars, over the jump. He goes sideways, tries to save it. He can't do it.
And that's got to be heartbreaking. This season for Metal Health has not been the best, but he had a great starting pass here. And you can see on the nose, kept it collected. I thought he was going to save it. He looked like he was just about to pull it out, but the truck did not have enough power to land back on all four wheels.
Well, it's the second truck in a row who has tried to go off at an angle. Either they're misjudging the ramp or they're looking for a cool trick here. I think Devon almost found that cool trick. Doesn't seem to be too much damage on the truck. Metal Health, we will see them again in another episode. It's 7.5 for Devon Treat. Doesn't make it to the backflip this time. Gina Clark in Whiplash. She's looking to get there though. We will see if this Willie's body can fare any better.
She did great last time out, and I know she wants to go even one step further this time.
Here she comes down the ramp. Over the first jump, gets some good distance all the way to the end wall there. What a great first pass for her. She is going to line up for the second now. Getting lined up at the top of the track. There's the gate, down she comes. Gina Clark over the crush cars, over the second jump, and again, some great distance as she hits the second set of cars. She is going to get to the backflip. What's Gina Clark got in store? A very clean pass.
Again, an excellent performance from her. She's making a late season comeback, made it all the way to the end, a huge leap there. And she also navigated that second lane pretty well, which has been tripping up a lot of trucks. A clean backflip at the end. This is going to be one that I think is going to be tough to beat as the night goes on.
Absolutely. Awesome distance is the way to go about this track. Here's the backflip. Very, very clean indeed. Gets a little bit excited towards the end, but manages to get it back down. Doesn't over-rotate. Gina Clark, what a run. The audience love it. Whiplash, a fantastic run there from them. And it's 10.5, and that is going to be a tough score to beat, Charlie.
It absolutely is.
Chip Chocolate, Blue Thunder is going to be the first to try and knock her off of the pedestal. We shall see what this driver has in store. Gate is open. Little delay to the start of that run, but here he comes. And once again, a very clean pass all the way to the end zone there. He's going to get a second pass on the track. Blue Thunder lining up once again. Chip Chocolate ready to do work. Down he comes over the crush cars, over the second jump, cross threads it a little bit, turns off weirdly, but will get to backflip. He is lining it up. Let's see what Blue Thunder can do. He backflips it, he over-rotates, and I don't know what I've just seen, Charlie.
That was insanity. We're going to have to look at the replay for this. You know, of course, these first two runs, nothing, of course, to slouch at. Massive elevation there on the nose. Made it across on the second one. Also went a little bit sideways cross-threading there, but he kept it together. But we got to see that backflip again. That was insanity.
Here it is. So he backflips it, turns sideways, gets a second rotation, almost corkscrewing it, and the save on that is incredible.
That right there may be the move of the night.
I think it probably will be. I mean, I don't know what's going to beat that, but Blue Thunder, an incredible move, incredible run, a score of 11. He's already knocked Gina Clark off of top spot. That is going to take some beating. Mitch Brown, Bigfoot, 50th Anniversary Edition, is here on the track to try and do it.
He's done great this season, but I know he wants to close things up.
Down the track, let's see if he can. Over the first jump, gets the distance. That's going to be key here. If they can't get the distance on this track, then it's not going to be looking likely to beat that score of 11 from Blue Thunder. Bigfoot will get the second pass though. And the gate is open. What can Mitch Brown do here? He goes sideways off of a different jump altogether. Well, that's not going to beat that score. What on earth happened, Charlie?
We're going to have to take a look again. I mean, you know, a lot of these drivers, I feel like they're getting this first one down pretty good. No one has tripped up on it. But this second one here, you'd think with a lower lane, wouldn't be as big of a deal. But it is make or break. He was all out of shape there. A hard crash for Bigfoot. And that is not the night he wanted.
Track crew will come in to right Bigfoot. That body has seen some things in the last few months. It's a score of 7 for Bigfoot. The judges enjoyed it somewhere. A great run, maybe. Caden Wilson, he's looking for a great run too. As Monster Mutt Rottweiler currently tops the table, this truck has been dominant so far. Gate is open, down the track he comes. Over the first jump, nice and clean. There's the end zone once again. People are watching this track closely and getting the right path through to the end there to get that distance, to get that score. Caden Wilson now down for his second run. Over the jumps, just sort of cross-threads through. Doesn't really get much elevation there, but went very quickly towards that end zone. He will get to backflip as well. Round he goes, and that was a quick flip, but he does land it.
You know, I don't know if it's going to beat Blue Thunder, but man, you got to give him a credit where it's due. He's had an impressive streak here these last few months. Did everything he needed to get as maximum of points as possible. We're going to see how it fares. Even if he doesn't get first, I still think he'll be able to keep his points lead.
Here's the backflip. Doesn't quite get the height of the others and goes a little bit sideways into the wall. Does very well to get back down onto all 4 BKT tyres, but Caden Wilson, let's take a look at the score for him. He needs something high to keep up in contention. 10.5 will do it. He's not in the lead for this event, but that should be enough to keep his lead in the season. Steve Jones, Carolina Crusher, is next up to the track. He has been struggling this season in racing. This truck has not performed for him, but it has in freestyle previously. Let's see what he can do as he heads down the track. Over the first jump, over the second set. Doesn't quite get to the end wall, but gets some good distance regardless. Now coming up for pass number 2. What can Steve do here? Down the ramp, over the crush cars, some nice elevation. That could have gone very badly for him, but he is going to face the backflip. The last time he did, he managed to get it into a stoppie. What can he do this time? Backflipping it, it's clean. Very, very clean. Maybe not the wow factor we're looking for, Charlie.
Maybe not, but I mean, given how rough of a season he's had up to this point, I think he just wanted to at least get all the way to the end tonight, and he did just that. You know, looking here again, this second lane, the second pass has bitten so many trucks. He got lucky that he was right there by the wall. If he was over just a little bit, that barrel actually helped him out pretty good. And the backflip, you know, it's clean. It's not the flashiest, but again, I think he just wanted to get a good run in.
And that he did. An amazingly perfect run, I would say. Very clean tricks, very clean effort. Let's see what the score is for Carolina Crusher. 9.5, not to be sniffed at. Steve Jones, a great score here in freestyle. On any other night, that could have taken the lead. However, so far, Blue Thunder tops the table on 11. Whiplash is in second, joint with Monster Mutt Rottweiler on 10.5. And then Carolina Crusher and Jurassic Attack on 9.5 apiece round out our top 5 so far. Of course, we've still got 8 more trucks to run, so we are going to rejoin the action back on the track now as Jason Craddock in Vendetta makes his way here.
You know, we saw Jurassic Attack had a great run. Let's see if Vendetta can match it, or maybe even top it.
Gate is open, down comes Jason Craddock. Over the first jumps, gets a little bit crooked, but does manage to land the truck. That could have been touch and go there. He is going to get the second pass, however. Let's see what this man can do. Gate is open. Lots of checks at the top there. Great run, though, and great distance. Great speed. He is going to get to backflip. Lining up, and round he goes, and he lands it. I know that this is going to mean a lot to him. So far, Jason Craddock has struggled to land the backflip here on the channel. He does it this time, though.
I was worried on that first pass he was going to leave the stadium. That backflip container kept him straight, helped keep him narrow. And, overall, a very clean run. I do think it's going to take a little bit something extra to get the same pizzazz as Blue Thunder.
Yeah, I think you might be right, but here is the backflip. Jason Craddock so far has managed to land on his face more often than not in this truck. I think he's going to be happy that he's landed one successfully here. Let's take a look at the score. It's 9.5 for Vendetta as well. So he joins Jurassic Attack even on points. Matt Cheever, it's your boy Shaggy. This could be a fun run. Gravedigger the legend, notorious in the diecast racing scene for crashing out somewhere on the track. It's always carnage when Shaggy's around. Let's see what he can do here. A great first pass. He does get a little bit stuck on the landing, but does land on all 4 BKTs. He will get the second run. Gate is open. Here he comes down the track. What has Shaggy got in store? A little turn at the end there. Getting set up for something. Perhaps it is the backflip. Let's see what Shaggy can do. There is the crash and carnage we were talking about. Well, it was only a matter of time.
I'll definitely say this. He never is boring. A massive leap right there. Kind of landed in no man's land, and I think that kind of killed his momentum. As far as distance goes, I don't think it's right where he wanted to, but he made up for it on excitement with that backflip. A massive crash, probably the biggest crash of the evening so far.
Yeah, I would say so. Shaggy, as you said, never boring, never disappoints. Always enjoyable to watch his run. Over-rotates the backflip a little bit there and crashes right in front of it, but a great run nonetheless. Thoroughly enjoyable. The audience will enjoy the excitement that he brings. It's a score of 8. Definitely a very good score, considering he didn't land the backflip there. Cyclops Hobbies in Gravedigger is next up to the track. And after a great start to the season, he's been petering out recently. Let's see if he can get back in the winner's circle. Gate is open. Down comes Gravedigger over the first jump. Gets crooked but lands it. Very nice downside. Didn't expect that from Gravedigger. Let's see what he can do with run number 2. Getting set and down he comes. Over the crush cars, over the second jump, goes towards the wall, and that sort of stops him from rocking over. He will get to backflip. Round he goes, a little bit crooked there. Very Ragged Edge Gravedigger style.
Not the cleanest run on both of these hits. I thought, he was going to leave the stadium, kept it within the walls. It's going to be interesting to see how this played out, but again, never boring when Gravedigger's on the track.
Here's the second pass. Look, gets a little bit crooked, but does get stopped by that barrel. Once again, helping out the drivers, those barrels tonight. Unusual. We usually see them upsetting the trucks. And here is the backflip. It's not quite clean, but it is landed safely. Gravedigger, it's a great run. Let's see what the score is. 9.5 as well. Very consistent score tonight. A lot of drivers getting there, but it's not quite enough. Holly Davis, Boogie Van, is next up to the track. Charlie, this driver has been having a bit of a trouble keeping it on all 4.
She really has. Hopefully she can keep it on all 4 tonight.
Let's see if she heads down the track over the first. No, she can't. I feel like we might have talked that into existence. I feel bad now, but that is a shame for Boogie Van. That's going to be it.
I'm very surprised. We've had a really good streak of trucks successfully getting through this first pass. Clipped the back tires on that green car stack there, and I think that was enough to get her out of shape. Man, she's been on her lid a lot this season.
She has, but the audience love a bit of Carnage, and I feel like she's taking that sort of title of the Princess of Carnage. Boogie Van back on all 4 now. It's only a score of 3.5, but the audience love a bit of the crashes. Wegner Razor, he's used to a few crashes as well. Pirate's Curse. Now, Wegner is a former freestyle champion. I talked it into existence last time. I don't want to say too much before the run. Let's see what he can do first of all. Over the first jump, and it's a very clean landing considering what we've just seen. Driving off to one side seems to be the way to go on that first pass, but Wegner Racer is going to get the second. Now, if this man gets a bit of momentum, he can do well. Let's see what he can do over the crush cars, and he cartwheels it! Goodness me!
What happened there? He looked good. Taking a look at his first pass, again, a little off. Actually landed nicely on the downside there. We got to look and see what happened to cause that cartwheel. That was insane. Looks like he comes through, clips that tiny little brown ramp, and it was enough to send him end over end. Wow.
Bit smoky on the track there, Wegner Racer. Never a dull moment when he's here either. 8.5, the audience loved it. I enjoyed it, weirdly, despite the fact it was a major collision on the track. Holland Walker, Fuel Academy, what can we say about this driver, Charlie?
He's done a pretty solid job this season. I know he's looking for a breakthrough. We may even be seeing a change of name here soon.
I think it might be coming soon. Yes, there goes the body on the school bus. No longer the Magic School Bus. He has lost that body. Will continue the run, though. And that body is going to stay on the track, I'm hearing. Down he comes for run number 2. Over the crush cars, over the jump. Gets a little bit crooked. Drives through it, though. And he will backflip also. Round he goes, and that was touch and go. But he does get down for the successful backflip.
One could say he definitely crushed the track, and he definitely crushed the classroom. Look at the body just coming apart there. You can definitely tell he doesn't care. I think he's definitely ready for that new identity.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope to see it very soon. We shall have to wait and see, though. That was some stupendous and a very fast run there from Holland Walker. The backflip, very pacey, very aggressive. We love to see it. The audience love to see it. That throttle rhythm, loud. Let's see what the score is. It's 9.5 also. I thought it would be higher with the body coming off, but there we are. Ryan Davis, son of a digger. We spoke about him at the top of the show. Lost the front clip last time out. It's going to help with visibility. Let's see what else it can do. Gate is open. Down the track comes son of a digger. A bobble there, but does land it safely enough to get a second pass on the track. He's lined up. He's ready for action. Here comes son of a digger for pass number 2 then. Down he comes over the crush cars. He rolls it as well. What on earth is happening on this second pass?
I think he had the same issue Pirate's Curse had, where he clipped that little brown ramp there. We're going to have to wait and see here on the replay, but I think he hit it in the exact same way as Pirate's Curse. And looking here, yes, he did. And that thing, you would think nothing that small would be fatal, but it is.
That's exactly what I was about to say. The smallest of margins can throw you all over the place. Son of a digger, the body was already wrecked. A new one needed. Let's see the score. It's only a 7 for son of a digger. Very interesting. I thought there was enough carnage in there to get a good score, but let's see what our last driver can do tonight. Little Chip Chocolate in Captain America lines up at the top of the track. He has already made it to World Finals, but again is looking to double down here in freestyle tonight. Over the first jump, a little bit crooked, does touch the sidewall, but makes it all the way to the end. That has the makings of a very good start to the run. Let's see what he can do in pass number 2. Gate is open, down he comes, over the crush cars, over the jump. That was a rough landing.
Ooh, that hurt. That had to hurt.
I'm wincing at that. That was rough.
Yeah, Yeah, I think we're both in shock over that one. Looking here, you never want to land like that. Straight on the cage. Oh, yeah, I think we're both horrified over that. Hopefully he's okay.
I hope so. I am hearing word that he is okay. Track crew rights the truck. Little Chip Chocolate, unlucky there. Came off sideways. Who knows what happened, which means we do have a winner tonight. Going through our top 5 very briefly. Jurassic Attack, Carolina Crusher, Vendetta, just a few other names who got 9.5 tonight. That top 5 looking more like a top 8, but our winner, Blue Thunder, Chip Chocolate, has made it to World Finals. He came very close last year, got to LCQ. This year, he's punched his ticket.
It had to be that backflip. That was probably one of the most exciting moments we've seen in Backyard Jam all season, and he did it where it counted most.
Absolutely right. Wow moments all round. Let's take a look at the points. Monster Mutt Rottweiler very high up now with 205 points. That seems like a point margin that can't be beaten, but we will see. Gravedigger in second. Blue Thunder now up in third. Bigfoot slides to fourth. It's been a great night. We hope you'll join us again. Until then, I've been your host, Jevon Woodrow.
And I've been Charlie from Off Track Productions.
We will see you again for more Backyard Jam. Until then, goodbye.